Hi Nisha, this video is for the like a quick feedback for the video that I got for you. I think today's March 24th, I think. Okay, so this is about the 5-finger exercises with the accents. And as you've noted last week, that there are some fingerings that don't do the accents as well as the other fingers. Obviously, the 1 and the 5 are easy, and part of the reason is because 1 is on the downbeat and 5 is also on the downbeat, and also 1 is on the outer end of the house of the hand, the other finger 5 on the other end of the hand. So you can sort of accent by using the flick of the wrist on those. But when it comes to the middle fingers, accenting gets a little bit tricky. So I have a feeling that most of your accent issues were with the finger 2, 3, and the 4, and to time it. And I'm thinking that you're probably practicing too fast because whenever something's difficult playing fast, you just have to play slower. And once you master it slower and significantly slower, you can go back up the tempo again. And I think you were probably doing about 144 to the quarter note, on this exercise. But I think you could probably bring it down to about 108 and go from there. So let me do the 108 right now. I think, yeah, mine is set. Okay, here we go. This is 108. This is for every quarter note. So this is 108, and how I'm playing, I'm mainly focusing on keeping the hand position and keeping the fingertips on the key and to accent it within that frame. So it sort of defeats the purpose when you start accenting like this. Because by doing that, you've already added a new articulation to it. Yes, the accents are often accompanies a certain type of articulation, but then but that's not what this exercise is about. It's not about doing. So the accent, you have to avoid using a wrist for it at all. The accent has to be made by the finger, not the wrist. So doing measures 3 and 4. Let's and I guess that's another thing you can do. Just do those how there's a pair of each accent. So first 2 measures it's on the C. For second 2 measures, measures 3 and 4, it's on the D, the second D. The first D of the measure, and then measure 5 and 6 is the E, the first E, and the measure 7 and 8 is the F. And then actually after that there's so it's a G and the G, and then after that is the second F, the descending F, and then you have the descending E, and you have the descending D. So you can just practice those. You could just really practice the 2, 3, and the 4. So this is an E, ascending E. I did the E, I don't know how many times, 8 times or something. Now you can do the ascending F. Okay, that was about 4 times, I think. And then you can do the, the descending F. play, the fingertips stay on the keys. It's almost like there is some sort of a magnetic something going on. The weight of your finger and it should be on the key just enough so that the keys don't go down. You don't want to put your finger, you put too much of your weight of your finger onto the key that it starts pushing down on the key. You want to avoid that. Yes, now I'll do the descending E. And then the descending D. So this is really the accent exercise to work on one finger, to let the finger do the job of accenting. And obviously this accent is going to be not a strong accent because it's really just a finger accent. It's more like an emphasis or well, I guess, accent in the, purest sense that it is going to be louder than the surrounding notes. There is one note that's going to stick out of all the 8 notes in every measure, and it's going to be the one with the accent. And to let it stick out, you could do it either by playing all the other notes soft, which is actually necessary to do because, it's really hard to do a strong accent when you're playing forte everything. So play everything light and then accent just that one note. Okay, so that's the accent exercise. So try slowly and don't play as written. Just keep work and there's a two measure sets. So work on those problem spots until you kind of get the feel for it. This is all controlling your finger, controlling with the arm muscle and all the ligaments and everything. There's a lot that goes into making the fingers 2, 3, and 4 to accent at the right timing, at the right strength, without using your wrist, without making that slur staccato kind of a thing. So that's how you should approach the accents. By the whatever it is, if it doesn't quite work out, always slow down. Slow down by like 20%. And then start practicing at the slower tempo. That will give you more time to, to actually think and react, because it gives you, it's really the neural passage. And as you go faster, you have fewer milliseconds to react. If you go slower, you have you have better way. Your finger will be able to prepare better. Okay, so that's the accent thing. And the next one I wanted to mention is the Beyer. And I'll just, in this video, I'll just talk about the Beyer and the 5-finger accented exercise, because these are technically the technical exercises. So the Beyer here is number 51. Even though it is an exercise and it doesn't feel much like a music, still there are slurs, slur groups, and there's some dynamics written in. So you don't want to play it just straight as if there's no dynamics and no slur markings in it. And by the slur marking, yes, it means legato, within the slurred group. But whenever you have like a 2-measure phrase, a 2-measure slur, or 1-measure slur, it implies that there is some sort of an arc, a phrasing that's happening within it. Especially any phrase that has 3 or more notes to it, then you have to sort of shape it so that it feels more like a singer singing. And if your piano, melody line that you just played, or whatever the slurred line that you have there going, if it didn't sound like it would be what a wind instrument player would play, or the style, or a singer would sing, then it's probably sounding unnatural. So you have to really focus on, not like, you don't want everything to be the same dynamic level, for instance. So there's a gradual descending pattern. You start on, and then a little bit down, and and goes up a little bit. And then ultimately, that B is the lowest note of the whole series of notes. So you're kind of going downward slowly. And so if you accent the B, it will not make for a very good phrasing. And then what does the left hand do at that same time? It plays C, E, and then F. So it's kind of ascending. So left hand has that ascend and descend kind of a pattern. Up, up, up and down. And then this is sort of carrying on with the so it's how do you say yeah, I think the going theme is that every time you're at the end of the phrase, there is a little bit of a tapering down, like ending of a phrase. It's like you don't it's not like a 100-meter sprint where you just run through to the finish line. It's not exactly like that. There are some pieces of music that are written like that, but not this one. So you don't want to sound like you just ran through the finish line when you're finishing each phrase. So you know, of course, I'm doing a little bit too much rubato, which is not exactly appropriate for exercises like that. But you still want to know where the phrase ended and the new one started. So you know, like the first 4 measures, that's one phrase. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, that's the next phrase. And 9, 10, 11, 12, that's another phrase. And back to 5, 6, 7, 8, that's the middle part. And then the last phrase, measure 9 through to the second ending. So within each group, you do want to make sure that you know, it doesn't feel like there is no, you know, you want to, you know, sort of think about the melody and imagine, you know. One thing that I've had some really young students say, because their music happens to have a lot of lyrics written into it, they say the lyrics seem to help understand the phrases of music for the really young students. So maybe you can like come up with some sort of a word to go with it, like for instance, like maybe, you know, you can come up with like a 3-syllable phrase or something, like where are you, or something like that. And then actually that part on measure 5 and 6, whenever you have identical phrases, the second time you usually play a little bit slower, like an echo. And even when you're playing the 3 notes, the third one should not be louder than the first one. And remember the rule about the 4-beat pattern, you know, 4/4 time. Measure beat 1 is the strong beat, 2 the weak beat, 3 the secondary strong beat, and then the big beat 4, that's a weak beat too. So in this case, so oh yes, and then on top of that there's the slur. So this third note, F, D, E, because of the slur pattern, it wouldn't even be an accent at all. that E. It would not be a secondary accent at that point because it's the end of the phrase. So you do not want to play that E. So for F, you can play strong, but softer at D and the E. And these are all the additional things that are implied by the music. And, of course, I mean, first you need to get the notes correct, the rhythm has to be correct, and then afterwards you need to be looking at the phrase, the slur groups, and see how each slur group is going to be played. Yeah, I think one of the easiest things to remember is don't play the last note of the phrase loud. That just usually does not happen unless there is some sort of an accent or a forte written at the end. So, just sort of remember that as a rule of thumb. Whenever there is the slur line, as you can see, the slur line gradually goes up and then tapers down. So that's sort of like the dynamic level you want to be imitating as well. And work on those within the range of the dynamic given. This one has a mezzo forte and a piano, and then back to mezzo forte. So put those in within the mezzo forte volume range and piano volume range. So yes, this number 51, as easy as it seems, there's actually a little bit more to worry about. And in order to do so, again, don't play too fast. Moderato is no faster than 120 for every quarter note, but if you're practicing, you could start at like 100. It doesn't have to be any faster than 100 when you're practicing to, over the detail. So work on those. Okay, so that's it for the technical stuff, and I will do another video for the pieces. Okay, bye.